you've got lotuses.
Let's do that.
Then you should try it.
I've heard that you've been to Athens. Some of Greek descent myself. I was born in Lesbos, the island in the Aegean Sea. And I've heard that you've been to Greece.
Oh,
You've
Greece,
been-
tremendous. Tremendous people, Greece. You see, they're very traditional. They're very traditional people and they understand this, you see. And you had such great philosophers like Socrates. So, I mean, it's all inbuilt within them. Absolutely. And they're very subtle people also. They understand serenity. I mean, the whole of Europe, I never heard this word anywhere except in Greece. The word serenity. It's beautiful.
Could you tell me what's the core of your philosophy?
See, the philosophy is actually the practical side of it. Whatever has been the philosophy so far, that you have to know yourself, know thyself. Also Socrates said the same thing. And Christ said the same thing, that you have to be born again. All the scriptures, all the saints have said you have to be born again or you have to know yourself. Now how to do it? See, how to achieve it was the problem, which now is being solved. Not only that it's solved for one person, but solved for many, because we can do it en masse. Because we have a power within us. I think the Greeks knew about it, because they called this triangular bone as sacrum, meaning sacred. So they knew there's this power, sacred power inside that. And this is the power when it is awakened and passes through 6 subtle centers, pierces through your fontanelle bone area. You get in touch with that all-pervading subtle power about which all these saints have talked. And then you start feeling the cool breeze on your fingertips. Also you start feeling the cool breeze on top of your head. Then this power gives you a new dimension to your central nervous system. You see, early Christians called themselves Gnostics. You know, in Sanskrit language means to know, and we used to call it same thing.
How do you get to know yourself?
Yes. Now this is what happens, that yourself is, the seat of yourself is here, but is reflected in your heart. And as soon as this happens, first of all, you come to know about your subtle centers which are within, which you do not know so much. On your fingertips, you know. These are all sympathetic nervous system centers which are expressed on the right and the left hand. So, whatever is the problem, you can feel it on your fingertips. So you know at least the centers that you have. Now these centers are for your physical, mental, emotional and spiritual being. So immediately you find out what's the problem with you. Then also you develop another dimension on your central nervous system, that you become collectively conscious. Means you can feel others. You can feel everyone, what's the problem with that person, only on the centers. When that happens, and if you know how to correct it, you can cure diseases, you can cure mental troubles, and whatever is promised, when you become the spirit, you become the witness, you become the peaceful personality, and also you become joy.
But in practical terms, how do you start? What do you do first?
It's very simple. It's a living process of evolution. As we have become human beings, we can also become superhuman beings, not so difficult. But only it's like this, that one enlightened candle can enlighten another. That's all. So supposing I
want to be involved.
yes,
What do I do?
Nothing. You just have to put hands like this and you get it. Once you get it, you just practice it a little bit and understand all the permutations and combinations. Then you can give it to others. It's so simple as that.
You believe that there are no problems, that human beings cannot handle. Is that so?
So many problems. First of all, they are not at all collective by temperament. They are collective outside. Now, supposing you follow any religion whatsoever, you can commit any sin. There's no bondage. But once it happens, you just become absolutely righteous. Just don't do wrong things. Become so powerful and so compassionate. So many diseases which are incurable are cured by this.
Could you expand a bit on this?
How it happens?
How it happens, yes.
It's very simple. Like this is the left and the right side, left sympathetic and right sympathetic. In the center is the parasympathetic nervous system. Now these are the centers, we can say, at different positions in the spinal cord and the solar plane. Now what happens? That any disease is caused by the constriction of these centers. Now supposing you are using your left side, means you are very emotional, try to think of your past and all that. But supposing.
Exactly. Could you take a photo from that side? Yes, that's exactly what.
That's what I was going to do some after.
Yeah. Tell me more.
But just keep interviewing and then I'll do some afterwards.
Yes, I'm very emotional. How can I control it?
I could see that.
How
Out
can
in your centers I can feel that you are an emotional personality.
Yes, I don't like to overreact. How do I cope with this situation?
That's what I'm
Because
saying. Now what happens, the right side is the one which balances it here, now the left and the right. But you start moving out because you use too much of left. So the control of the right is gone, the balance is lost. Apart from that, sometimes you may just break. And then all kinds of diseases can start on its own. And you cannot control it because there's no connection with the whole.
So you need what? Self-discipline?
No, nothing. You just have to get realization so that this power, which I call as Kundalini, which is placed in the sacrum bone, rises, passes through this and integrates that. And pierces through this so that you become in contact with the mains, you can say. Like any machinery has to become in contact with the mains. You become in contact with that all the time. You feel very energetic, very dynamic, and very compassionate, very righteous, and you enjoy your virtues.
So what do I say to my readers that they want to be enlightened? How do they start? I still don't get it.
You just come to my programs and it will happen. I'll do it for them and then they have to do it for others. That's all. It will work out in the programs.
Right. I believe you are traveling all the time. And have you been in every part of the world?
Yes, I am.
And I believe that you had a great success, but personally, are you satisfied with the results?
Very much. Even in Russia, I was very much satisfied. Russian people are the best, turned out to be the best, who never believed in God, no religion, nothing. But such a clean slate, you see, wonderful people. Even the government has accepted us there, even in India, because there are 3 doctors who got their MD for SahajaYoga. That's the way they cured psychosomatic diseases, epilepsy, asthma, so many diseases. Even in Russia, we have cured some people.
What's the place of the God in your philosophy?
God is everywhere, without him nothing. This power, all-pervading power, is his own power of love. So God is everything.
But you don't seem to approve of the way that the various religions interpret the role of God, or the way that...
Human interpretations are wrong, absolutely, because they are money-oriented. But actually, if you see the interpretation of God, is you should go to the incarnations, to the people who established it, to Christ. Say, if you are a Muslim, then ask Muhammad. Muhammad himself has said, your hands will speak when the resurrection will come. He said it.
What went wrong with Christianity, for instance? I'm an Orthodox Christian.
You see, Christianity is I was also born in a Christian religion, so no problem to explain that. That Christ has said that you are to be born again. But it's a social thing, only it's just a social thing. And Christians can go to any limit of doing all kinds of wrong things, converting people. Like in India, they came with a gun in one hand and a Bible in the other hand. So this kind of thing. Imagine Christ. And what Christ has said in a very subtle way. Thou shalt not have adulteresses. It's very difficult to find Christians without adult exercise. So we have missed the point. We are not following Christ. We are following some sort of a Christianity which was later on made by Paul, maybe more organizational. You cannot organize God. You cannot pay for it.
Yeah, but how many SahajaYogis there are all over the world? Do you know? How many followers do you have?
I don't know. They have already crossed the mark. What John has said about 144,000, he said we have already crossed that mark. So I don't know.
144,000.
Yes, maybe more. Because we are in 40 nations.
Forgive my ignorance, but in what way SahajaYoga differs from the other forms of
Yoga.
yoga?
Other yogas are just the wee part of it. Patanjali wrote about Hatha Yoga. He didn't write about this standing on the head's business and all that. That's just a wee part of it. But Hatha Yoga means Hatha, means you have to deal with your right side as well as with your left side. But they just deal with the right side, and physically you may feel fit, but such a person can become very dry, might get heart attacks, and it's very one-sided life. But he talked about the same thing as I did, was to get to your state of your mind in thoughtless awareness and doubtless awareness. We do the same thing. Then another yoga is Raja Yoga, is another very prevalent thing, which is also a very, I should say, very mechanical thing. Like unless and until you ignite the car, the machines won't work. But the modern Raja Yoga is like this, that you move the wheels without starting the car. So in SahajaYoga we start the car, and then we find out what's wrong with you, and then we correct it. It's the other way around. And that's why they cut the tongues of people in Raja Yoga and push them back. Because it happens when Kundalini rises, you won't feel it, nobody feels it. But the tongue is a little bit pulled in, a little bit to hold the flow of Kundalini. But that doesn't mean you cut your tongue and push it back. And there are people who are wagging their tongues in Los Angeles, some good doctors from it. Horrible things these yogas have done.
And what place has the exercise in your...
Not much. Exercise should be for just for a little bit, not much is needed. If you want for your health, it's all right, but not too much of it. Also not good because that puts a strain on your right side. For example, I have to have a lot of water in my body, otherwise how will I manage? Because I'm dealing with people and I'm to be protected. So it's all right, I accept it. But these days everybody wants to be like mosquitoes.
What do you think of the state of the world as it is today?
Now one problem is solved because Gorbachev is an enlightened man. So one problem is solved to a great extent because he has withdrawn from one side. So the other side doesn't know whom to fight now. So they are also sitting back. So this world tension is much less. In a way, also when I went to Russia, actually there were all these Eastern Bloc was there, all of them. And I gave all of them realization. When they came back to their own countries, the Berlin Wall fell down. So the enlightenment gives you strength and sense of honor. It just fell down. And so now that problem is partially or quite a lot is solved. But the second problem is of fundamentalism. Everybody thinks they are chosen ones and they think they are the best. They are all just the same, no difference.
Are you talking about the politicians or people in general?
Everyone, whatever religion they may follow, fundamentalist. You see, we are the best. Then the politicians. Politicians, I don't think they believe in God. That God exists really. If they believe, they would have understood that God resides in human beings and we have to look after that. That's the positivity. It will happen. People will start coming. We'll have people like Gorbachev. Then things will change.
So you are optimistic of...
Very optimistic, very optimistic, because such a transformation is taking place. And if human beings are transformed, things will be transformed completely. All the mess is because of us.
But are you happy with the rate that this transformation is taking place? The rate, the speed, is it a slow process? Are you happy with the speed, the process, the rate that this change takes place? Or is it too slow, or would you like
It started very slow to begin with because it's a living process. See, if you have to produce one flower, it takes time, real flower. But plastic flowers, you can produce any number. But now it's taken over, I think. The speed has increased very much everywhere. It's progressing very fast. And things will work out. But what we need is this certain number of people in any country. And it will figure out. It's like that 100 monkey phenomena, as you call it. That kind. That has to happen. A certain number of people have to really become established, and the whole thing will be transformed.
In which part of the world your theory, SahajaYoga, is spread more than other parts of the world?
Of course, in India.
In India, yes.
India is the maximum.
Apart from India.
Indians are very they have these basics with them. But I should say the best Sahaja Yogis now are in Austria. They are very good Sahaja Yogis in Austria. And also we have now Russia, I should say. Can you imagine that Germans went to Russia to give them enlightenment to Russians? Germans. Such a change.
What the Western Germans.
Germans are from Germany. We have disciples there in Germany. They all went down, rushed to Russia to help them out. Remarkable.
So, what are you going to do during your visit here, apart from giving lectures?
I'll have programs. I think we have 2 programs tomorrow and day after. And there I'll give enlightenment to people. It works amas. It works amas.
Can you give enlightenment to me now?
They're all enlightened people sitting here.
What about me? I'm not.
I'll give it. I'll give it. I'll give it.
I would love to be
Yes,
enlightened.
that's very great. That's why Greeks are very good. When I went to Athens, now Athena word comes from the primordial mother. Atha in Sanskrit means primordial. So Athens is very much there. And when I went there, you should have seen the hall. And even when we had the hall, the gentleman who owned it came down. He said, better stop now. There's so many people, we can't have it under certain laws. But the people were shouting, big problem there. 2 days I
They're
had.
very emotional Greeks.
Very, and apart from that, they are seeking truth. Very sincere about it.
Yes.
They don't care for other things much. It's beautiful people. We have a lawyer there who is looking after Stavatis. He's looking after them.
Yeah. And do you feel that temperament has anything to do with the enlightenment? The type of temperament a person has?
No, nothing. You get into balance itself. Balance is to be established. I mean, of course, as you said, you are emotional. And also Greeks are very emotional people. I mean, when they saw me, there were tears in their eyes, you see. And then gradually they settled down and things worked. Most of them got realization. Thousands. Greeks were great, I must say. I was so happy that you are coming here. I was very happy to hear that. Because I know Greeks are the ones who will touch very fast. See, Greeks, Egyptians, Indians, Italians
You think
are
that
ancient people.
they are tuned that way, they are seeking the truth? And
Yes, because they are very ancient people. So they have been doing this, you see, trial and error, trial. And that's how they are sort of at a point. They have reached at a point where they think that now we must find it out. What is it? Such philosophies you had.
When were you in Greece? How long ago?
About, I think about 8 months back. 8 months back.
Oh, wow.
Because I travel the whole year round. And summertime I'm traveling in Europe. And winter time I'm traveling in India.
And you always get the same satisfaction and the positive results with...
In the beginning it was not, because it's too fantastic to believe. See, people are not so. But still, I must say, everywhere. I started with one lady, and now it's going to be, I started 1970, 5th May, slowly. Now it's about 19 years completed with me.
What do you do with people that are skeptical about your philosophy?
I don't bother about that. You see, you cannot force it on anyone. You cannot force, you cannot convince it. It's not mental. It has to be asked for. Then it works. It is, gradually they also come. Because they see the results on other people, they see the results on their friends and all that, the change, the transformation, and the beauty of their temperament, and then they come themselves. But you see, we cannot force it on anyone. Cannot be forced. That's the only problem.
What position, what place materialism has in your philosophy?
Materialism has to have a balance. It has to have a balance. You see, we are in an imbalance. Like, produce plastic, so much that we produced so much of mountains of plastic. Then this machinery. See, machinery is for us. We are not for machineries. There has to be a balance for everything. There's no balance, and that's why we have gone into this problem of ecology and all that.
But you don't see any harm in having some comfort in life, which the material things give us.
In a way they do, in a way they don't. It's a headache also sometimes to have material things with you. But the comfort you seek of your spirit. Of course, I mean, you can live very comfortably, no problem. The way you want to live, you can live. You don't have to run away from your house. You don't have to live in jungles, nothing. You can live very comfortably, whichever you like. But actually, I've seen after realization, people seek the comfort of the spirit. It's all right. If it is there, it's there. Now, I must say, I come from a rich family. My husband is rich and my parents are rich and all that. So I have lots of comforts in my family. But I can live anywhere. You send me to a jungle, I can be there. I can be anywhere. I enjoy everything.
So part of your philosophy is to adapt to various situations?
No, we don't force on anything, just automatically it happens. You see, people are used to alcoholism, drugs, this. Everything drops out. Just I don't tell them, just because you become the spirit, in the light of spirit. And whatever spirit enjoys, that's you like. You are more worried about that. And matter is for expression of your love, so that you can give it to others. Even when we want to wear a good dress or want to keep a good house or anything, it is just we want to please others innately, not for our sake. We don't do all this for our sake. We do it for others. Actually, one has to work very hard to keep the house clean and make it beautiful, and all. We don't mind. Because really, innately we want to please others. And then ultimately it happens that by giving others or by expression through the matter, we can say, I love you very much.
Tell me, if you are after progress and you want to progress and develop as a person in your sphere, in your profession, and we all know that in order to do this, you have to be tough in today's world. What do you think about that?
You see, love is such a great power that you don't have to be tough at all. It works.
But the others are tough, so if you want to survive...
No, you survive through the power, the subtle power, which is love. It looks after you. You don't have to be at all tough.
But I find myself, if I'm kind to the others all the time, the others take advantage of me in my profession.
It's true, but when you get your realization, you'll be surprised. You'll be in the kingdom of God. And everything will be done in such a way that you'll be amazed how things work out. Today only these musicians have come and they were telling me that they were very hard with us. When we entered, they wouldn't give us their immigration because some were not graduates, the artists were not graduates. And just they saw them, and these people just in their heart said, no, we have to go somehow. And immediately everything changed and they got it. Everything works out. And every one of them can tell you the story, how things worked out in their lives and how everything is so beautiful.
All right. Do you think that mind and soul, I'm a bit confused, mind and soul are two different things? I mean, sometimes you say, I said to myself, don't do it. Are we divided? Do we have two selves?
Yes,
we do.
There's a disintegration. But with this you get integrated. Whatever you feel, you do it and enjoy it. It's just that. You get completely integrated. And you know the absolute truth also, because whenever you want to find out the truth, you can just put your hands and find out. So you know the absolute, what is right. You do that, you are all right, no problem.
But who is telling me what to do? I mean, are two selves within me?
Yes, there are already. The one is the ignorance, one is the knowledge. But the knowledge has not come into the light. Once the knowledge comes in, you can feel it on this. There are vibrations, you can feel it, cool breeze. And that tells you. Supposing there's a man who wants to cheat, immediately you feel the heat from that man.
How come that sometimes I struggle with myself? I know that what I'm going to do is, or to say rather, because I'm an impulsive person, I know what I'm going to say, it's not right, and probably it's going to hurt the other person, and it's going to hurt me as a result as well. But I can't help not doing it, not saying it, which gives me the, I realize that there are two people, there are two selves inside me.
But that becomes one now, so that whatever you do, you don't mind. It's all right. If somebody hurts you, it's all right. You don't feel it. It's all right. But you say, whatever.
How can I surprise the other person? What happens to the other self that I feel that it is there and I don't always approve?
Doesn't matter. So you don't have to worry. It will all work out. You don't have to mentally make them approve. It works out. You see, and sometimes the desires, which do not sometimes, you see, sometimes I'm going in the car and you get lost. Then I think I have to be lost. There's something to be done here. I have to pass through this lane. It's all right.
So even the hardships that we have in life, they have a positive
Absolutely.
aspect.
Whatever you do, you know that is for your good. You just don't bother. You keep in a very joyous mood and you don't worry about it. There must be something. Why am I here? Why this happened? All right, there must be something. Let's see. You become a witness of the whole drama. Like in a drama, you are watching, this event has come now, what must be the reason? Then it shows you in the same way. Everything starts unfolding beautifully.
What do you believe is the role of human beings on earth?
Pardon?
What is the role of human beings on earth?
So,
The role. What's the purpose, the meaning of life?
is
I mean,
to enjoy. That's all.
And we are born.
To
You
enjoy.
believe in reincarnation?
Yes, enjoy the bounties of God and to spread the news of God and to give realization to people and to evolve them. That's the purpose.
And you believe in reincarnation, that when we are dead?
Yes, we are reincarnated, no doubt. We've been born again and again and again, and now we have come to this stage as human beings also. And now human beings have to just go through a little breakthrough, that's all. It's not purposeless.
So what happens to me when I die? What happens to my soul? Does it immediately goes to another human being that is...
No, it depends on how, now you become your own master. If you want to be born again, if you want to save more people, you may be born again. If you don't want to be born again, you need not be born again. It's your desire. Then you become the master of yourself. You decide what you want to do.
Okay. What do you want to say to my readers?
To
My readers, to the people that I'm writing, the article, the interview that we have.
I should say they must now take their realization the time has come. I call it a blossom time. It's a great chance. It's a very great thing that's happening all over the world and should happen. And the Greeks who have come from Greece should not lose their moorings and their traditions and should get their realization.
Thank you. Now, I would like to hear, if you don't mind, some of your stories, how you got up in life.
All right. Cheryl, you do that.
Cheryl, is it possible to have a photo? Do you mind, by the way, if your photo appears? I'm a journalist. I write a feature article for a Greek newspaper with quite significant circulation. And do you mind having your photos appear there and telling people what happened to you? And you don't? Oh, good. Okay. Greg, could you take a photo of Cheryl while she's talking to me? And, I'm I'm sorry, this seems very sort of business-like.
Would you like me to sit just here?
Yes.
Well, I received my realisation 10 years ago. I was a very hectic person. Very busy, hectic. I had a lot of very busy mind.
Greg?
Take your chair there. Better take her chair. This would be nice for her.
Very busy mind.
Excuse me.
No, it's okay.
More comfortable.
No.
And after I received my realisation through the grace of Srimataji, I felt it all happened within me. And the next morning I woke up and I didn't have any problems. Like it was as if all my problems had just vanished. I gave up smoking overnight. I gave up drinking overnight. I gave up swearing. All these really gross things that I used to do just vanished. And I didn't know that it had actually happened, but other people said to me, you don't swear anymore and you don't do this anymore. And it was just so amazing, and I felt really peaceful inside. And
it happened overnight.
Yes,
for me,
show
it happened.
Cheryl's photographs too. Cheryl's photographs. That
One with the light.
Well, yes, I'll show you. And then I developed this realisation over 9 months without even meeting Srimataji, because I was given it by a person. And I went to India, and while I was in India, I took these photographs of Srimataji, which they will show you. And when we had them developed, there was just absolute great beams of light just radiating down upon her that Kodak looked at and they couldn't explain. They tried to say we had stained glass windows above her so the light came down, but there was just nothing. And 10 years later, here I am, improving every day, I hope.
So, how do you face the problems that you have?
I don't seem to have nearly as many problems as I used to. It's like within you begin to know yourself, and when you do something wrong, it's like it's an innate knowing that you've done something wrong and you've got the means to fix it through your realisation. It's like you sort of
Like a little bit things in a more calm way, and
much calmer.
with more clear
Detachment.
thinking. Detachment.
It's like a drama going on, and if you get caught up in it, you suddenly see, in the middle, what am I doing? It's all just a drama.
My name's Philip. Well, in the beginning, I was just interested in yogas, and I went to quite a few yogas,
the other one.
and I saw the advertisement.
She was the first to get it.
About 1,000 people.
So in the series you got it. But in a village, just think of it.
Which seemed very good to do with there was no many people. But the thing that struck me most was actually seeing the extreme person. I mean, more than I've been next. Well, I've done it there that night, and tomorrow night when you come and read this stuff, I'll get the realisation as well.
Why we put another one on this one?
That's
The plastic
Take
mug.
it out. It's so dark.
Cheryl's just gone to get all the photographs of Bradshaw.
Yeah, but that's too much for her. I just show her this much.
Yeah?
This much is all that.
Oh, well, that's right. That's
I can't say there are many miraculous photographs.
Needs a new book. I have to buy her one for her birthday.
You show her this.
This is a big one.
Yes, I'm laughing.
enjoy life. Through that enjoyment, it's able to feel particularly much more to the people around you.
What? Where are you going to? When are you going to send the interview?
It's for the afternoon newspaper, the Melbourne Herald,
Hmm?
For the afternoon newspaper, the Melbourne Herald. I wrote a gardening column for them and they asked me to interview them as well.
So here you are in the garden.
I better sit facing it.
This garden's already hid in the hills.
Yes, and they would have.
Last night, Maddie promised Fran not to laugh. She's already broken and promised.
I said I'd try.
The book is very good. She gave me the book you wrote, if you remember, October.
Yes, madam.
It's very good. You should come and see our garden in Bradshaw. It requires a lot of understanding, and I have no time to look after it. But all these flowers can come there, I think. All of them could be.
Greg, Greg, could you take a photo of me and Bruno?
I show her this one that she would like. You should say,
This is the one, you made New Zealand in the honey. The puja, the North Island of New Zealand, in the honey.
Really.
Yeah,
And it
orange.
made in England the other day. In England.
That's the Sahajyoga ones. You know, with
Here there are three. One, two, three. This is the Kundalini. There are two. But actually in another photograph, this one would be see. 1, 2, and 3.
that's upside down.
Here it also.
2, 3. And that's the full.
Pouring of vibration. Also there are 3. 1, 2, and 3, but slight.
Fantastic, isn't it?
These are bones actually. A little bit I think. It's just magic.
You can get this on photograph.
Cameras are clever.
That was the one. Was that the one with the deities above the...
No.
No?
These are all on your head. This is my name. Written in Urdu language. It's my name. On their heads.
Fantastic.
No, not this one. That's another one. That this year they were going to give you.
Sorry, that's the one in the bedroom in the pitch black. Look how...
Look at that. I remember.
That was dark.
Is that the window?
This was the window, but everything was just really black and there was no flash. So it shouldn't have really come out by rights.
I know. I know. This is remarkable, eh? This one of course was bad. That's beautiful. This we have. This one is tremendous. No, that's not the one of the deities. They were going to give you in the, I think I'll ask them, they have enlarged for Ganpati Puri. They must have given to some people, I'm sure. Very enlarged ones.
We didn't see that, with all the deities.
I think there is some in Sydney, Cheryl.
Huh?
I think they've reached Sydney, but I don't think they've
Might
got...
be, I'll see there. They can make copies. So I'm sitting here and all of them sitting is wonderful. And the way they are, there are also angels, and you can see also the ganas, and every bride, they have got divine flowers, beautiful flowers falling on them. And the boys also are all having vibrations on top. That's what is your marriage is. I wanted to talk to him about Taiwan. See what they told me. What's the name of the gentleman from New York?
New York, I think is Nelson Saw.
Yeah. And he wanted me to go to Taiwan. But what I told him, that first of all you people go there and work it out. Then I'll come, because this just raw just now, no one will know that. So they said yes, but I said I'll fix they said May is a good month for Taiwan. Is it a good month for Taiwan, May?
Srimada, it's very mild and pleasant, maybe a little humid, but very mild and pleasant. Very mild.
Is it?
Very mild.
What do you think is the best month for Taiwan to go to?
Well,
November?
I think, you see, it's been 5 years or 6 years since I've been there. I remember basically is the bad months are summer, from late May until early September. It's not only warm but very, very humid. That's when they're rainy months. And
Early December will be alright?
yeah, it certainly will be alright by November. The heat is all gone by the end of September. The hot months are all
See,
gone.
because I'm coming to India on the, say, 18th of December. And before that I could go there and then go from there to India would be much better.
Yes, Srimada.
And we'll have more time to work it out.
Yes, Srimada.
Can you write to him about it?
Yes, Srimada.
And
I'll get in
I'll
touch
also
with
talk
them.
to him from England
Yes, Srimada.
and fix it up like this. First I said I'll come in April. But then I can also go to Singapore, to Malaysia. Malaysia now we have 30 people. They came at the airport, I was surprised. 30 of them. All Chinese. Very beautiful. If Chinese take to it, they can go very far. And also Toronto we have lots of Chinese. Vancouver we have lots of Chinese now. New York now we have some, not many, but they're very dynamic. So if you think it alright, then we'll do it in the early December time. On my way to India.
May I ask you, Mother, is it an auspicious time for me to go to Taiwan?
Beg pardon?
Is it auspicious time for me to go to Taiwan yet?
Should be before just I go. If you could go there and find out what you can work it out, or you can go earlier and again you can go. But you better talk to him and both of you consult what you can do. I've been to Taiwan once. I've been there. I think the Chinese are alright even in China. They're very good people. But this news nonsense that has come has spoiled the image of China. But the government has tremendous respect for me. Whenever I went there, they respected me. They were very kind to me. But as far as SahajaYoga is concerned, I don't know how far they'll react. Can't say.
The Chinese in Taiwan are easier than
Much easier.
than
Because
other
there's no
overseas.
suppression on there. They're not suppressed people. And they're doing well now because lots of people are using their labor and things much better. You came from where? Which part?
From Kuala Lumpur. From
Kuala Lumpur. But I was surprised there are 30 of them now.
they're all very new, are they?
But but very good, very dedicated. And the children know how to give realization, they know the mantras and everything, so beautiful. NG has done that. Indians are horrible in Kuala Lumpur, horrible. They have all kinds of funny problems as to give opinions. You see, Indians are like uprooted people. Anyway, when they are uprooted from India, they become very funny. I always say a mango tree, if you take it to England, it won't give you mangoes, but also not give you an apple. It's like that, a useless thing.
Yes, Mother, we have an Indian man who comes to one of the programs at John's house, and he's from Kuala Lumpur also. And he was just in Kuala Lumpur.
He's Chinese?
No, Indian.
I see.
And he was there last month, and he got in some quite serious trouble with a lot of the other Indians there who are
Very
TM
dirty.
or one other.
All kinds of false people have gone there, and they were stupid, absolutely stupid.
He tried to tell everybody about SahajaYoga, and the TM people got into him. So
No, but Chinese are very good. Chinese are very good in Kuala Lumpur. Extremely alert. Are you satisfied with that?
Yes.
So would you like to have your realization?
Yes.
All right, let her take out your shoes. Just. You can sit on the chair now. Please, be seated. Give her the chair, please. Just, if you can face me here, it will be better. No, on the chair. All right. Yes, please. Now, put your hands like this towards me. That's all. Just see on her head if it's already there.
Beautiful.
Got it already. Feeling the cool breeze already.
It's tingling.
Feet are tingling, but hands, because you got down from there. But hands, you got the cool breeze. Now don't doubt if they are on the fingertips. Yeah. You got it. So fast. Funny thing is you're also a very hard-working person, despite the fact you are emotional. But you must forgive. Must forgive people. That's very important. Just say I forgive. Don't think of them who they are or anything. Just say I forgive everyone. Just say in your heart, I just forgive them. Just say that. Good. And you are relaxed. No thought. Watch me without thinking. You can do it. Very simple. You see, as a seed, you can put it in the mother earth. It sprouts by itself. So you are built in with it. It's within you. Sahaja means born with you. Is there? Only this yoga, the union with the divine, has to take place. That works out. See now. I told you, Greeks are very good.
Thank you.
They're wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful people. All right, we got this. But you must know what it is, and you must understand what it is and how to work it out, how to help people. It's wonderful. You should see these people again. Can you give her some address of yours where we are going to have the program today and tomorrow?
There is one thing I'd like to show you just before you
Can I
go.
just borrow your notepad here?
You were just interviewing Bruno, and the necklace that Francis is wearing is Bruno's work,
Right.
and that's his.
Yes, okay.
What's it?
Bruno's
Bruno
work,
made
another.
it.
Really?
Bruno.
Yes.
Bruno, yeah.
You made it? It's wonderful, man.
He's a very beautiful jeweler.
They all have become so dynamic. I must say the she was sure the ceramics these Sahajogis have made. Beautiful ceramics they have made, just as jewelry. Greek style.
So fun.
Last year, as an apprentice, we had the opportunity to
Remarkable.
present something.
And there are people who never knew much of ceramic have done such good work.
I designed, I conquered in Australia. I designed something by distress.
Can I see it?
Yeah, I got it here.
Can I see it? Did you say you can?
Did you
Oh,
tell her what is it? Huh?
Because she has a
Program?
she has a pamphlet with the addresses.
Sure this. You must see this. Cheryl is the one who got all these photographs. Now we have many more, but you should see. And many more like this. You show her the others. This one, not these. The ones you-
while you are talking, it happened?
Well,
In a village.
In a village, in an Indian village. And
Oh, there are photographs and photographs. You'll be amazed.
so these are started off fine, and then it got bigger and bigger. Some more. Yeah. And then at the end, mother put her hand up and stopped the light, and then after that there was no more light. And just this row of.
There are so many photographs like this that you'll be amazed, and we'll show you later on. But you must join this and you must develop it. Here's the photograph in the dark you took.
She reminded me of one of the other ladies in Melbourne who was also at this program, took some photographs. She has them in her album, but there's no light. And they're all virtually the same photograph.
I know.
Except no light.
That photograph was taken in a pitch black room with no light whatsoever, just as an experiment, and that's how it turned out. No flash, it was just a really
You can
dark.
show her the Sahasrara, it's also possible. She has some photographs, but we have so many of them. And the one which is with the on the heart, this light.
In a subtle sense, you know, the camera takes photos of the different lights that emit from us.
On top of their heads.
Heads. On top of everybody's heads now. This one here, this is Sri Mother. This is in Austria, was it?
Where?
The one where the Sarah
No. This was in Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
So
We were
this
going on a
was-
boat.
This was number 1. Then number 2. This is all in a row. Then went number 3. Number 4, and then number 5 was. This was all coming from Sri Mataji. This is the Saraswati.
This is the day when the last center was open, the 7th center. And they wanted to have the celebration on the 6th, but it was on the 5th. So they said 6th is a Sunday, everybody will be there. And we were in a boat. Suddenly this happened. One fellow got it. Everybody doesn't get.
And this and Sri Mataji's just here, and that's just
This
what
is
you
my
see.
head.
She
And
just,
these look like when we enlarge them, they look like as if the bones are cut. You see, little things. These.
that's all coming. And this is the sort of photographs that
This
are
one is also there, one with the light in the
light
heart.
coming from her heart chakra.
Is it possible to
This was in the
have
Ganpati Pure.
Can I borrow it from you to get a burnout from this?
Have you? Yeah. Which this one here with the light from her heart?
It's from Ganpati Pure.
Ganapatapuli.
It's on the seashore.
Would you
in
like
India.
this for your paper? Whereas, can she print in her paper?
Yes,
this?
why not?
Why not?
Which part?
But this is in India, in Ganpati Pure, yes.
And that's
Were you meeting people there, or you were on your own?
No, we had some people also around. They just took my photograph.
and that just light
One is there on the hand. Now recently there's one behind me. Then another one on my feet is the moon. It's a complete moon.
There's a lot, lots and lots. We haven't got them all here, but we've seen. This one here was in New Zealand, and Srimataji made the map of, this is yogurt and that's honey, and the map of the North Island of New Zealand appeared. You know what the North Island of New Zealand looks like in the honey.
Also in England, in the whole of England came
Into the honey, yes, in the yogurt.
And the one, the faces come in the clouds,
Oh,
on
and
his
then-
face, and
Yeah.
you can see it in the clouds. Everything, even
even
gaps in her
teeth, and also I used to wear this thing here. That also came in. I don't know if you have that one.
And somebody just took a photo of the clouds. No, it's up in Sydney. They've got a big enlargement, and there you are with this.
Are you mother's companion?
Oh, we are children.
So there's many more miracle photos like that. But
Somehow the camera sees things more than people can see.
And how long tomorrow's lecture is going to last?
It takes about 1 hour to explain everything, because somebody else will say something and then I'll say. And then about 15 minutes for realization only. You took hardly any time. You just open your hands and you got it. So the people are good like you, it will take only 1 second. If they have to be like you, seekers, you see, they have to be truthful people. Seekers, it works out. But supposing they are sick or something, there's conditionings, this, that, it takes little time, but not much. Again, तिला धावपळ करू नको म्हणा जास्त. Her sister has come all the way, but she's busy with me. I said, you go and see her. She said, no, mother, I will be with you. Her sister has come all the way from India, but she wants to be with me. All love, you see, just love. And that is feels so protected. And God loves you. See, He doesn't want you to suffer. This is a nonsensical idea of Christianity. Actually, recently, Thomas, when on his way to India, was in Egypt, and he wrote all the treatises about Christ and put it in a big jar. They opened it, and in that they found so many things written, just what I say. He said, God doesn't want you to suffer. Christ has suffered for you. You don't have to suffer. So the whole thing is absolutely challenging the theories that you must suffer for God. It's all nonsense. Why should you suffer? He is your father. No father wants his children to suffer. He is the father of all the fathers. Why will he want you to suffer? It's illogical.
And the priests say that it's a sin to go to have a good time. Like on Saturday, you're not allowed to go out and have a good time because next day you have to go to church. What do you think about that?
Nothing of the kind. You see, Sunday is for enjoyment actually. All these things are, I don't know why they say you are sinners. This is not the way to talk to people, I mean, to make them feel miserable. And the first condition in SahajaYoga, you are not to feel guilty for anything. After all,
Even if you do something
wrong
bad?
doesn't matter. After all, you are a human being. God cannot do wrong, but human beings can do. So it's all right. At a human level, it's all right. Once you get your enlightenment, then you don't do wrong things. So you are excused. Forgiveness is there. You have to be completely forgiven. You see, this all-pervading power of God's love is an ocean of forgiveness. What can we commit mistakes? All the time to feel guilty. It's all money-making proposition, I think. That you have committed sins, all right, you pay us the money and sins will be wiped out. Common with every religion, even in India. They do the same thing. Now, you committed a sin, all right, you give us these things. So, we'll tell God and it will be all cleared out.
If you confess, yes, you confess, and
You see,
your sins will be wiped out.
Or after all, we must understand God. He's love. He's love, and he understands human beings. He loves them. He doesn't go on punishing all the time. That's not his job. Actually, we in our stupidity, we are the ones who create problems. He does not. For each other.
How many hours do you sleep?
Not many.
It's a strange question.
Very little.
Very little.
Also, I eat very little, sleep very little. Also, you see, I don't need much sleep. I don't need, I'm quite full of energy. I'm now 67 years of age.
Amazing.
And I travel so much. And this last night must have slept at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock we must have slept.
Up again 3 hours later.
So
Yeah.
you
I
have
was
an
out.
average of 5-6 hours sleep per night? An average?
Daytime, I sleep for a while. Always. Little bit. But night time, I can keep awake. And I can travel. I have no problems of this jet lag and all that. Never I have these problems. Supposing I am traveling now, some people who travel, they have to adjust to the timing. The timing I adjust according to myself. There's no problem. Nothing.
So you
Traveling is no problem. I travel such a lot I travel. But I don't think there's anything wrong with traveling, wrong with ourselves. Because you just think you are there. You are there, that's all. Whether you are traveling or sitting at home or going anywhere, you are there, that's all. Why to think you are traveling? If you start your traveling, then you start feeling that, oh, something you have done. You've done nothing, you're just there.
And where do you get all this energy from?
Because
Where do you get all this energy that
it's coming. This is there, all pervading. You are connected to the mains now. You should have given her some tea or something like that. Chaha, or would you like to have some cold drink?
No, I'm fine, thanks.
What?
I'm fine. Nothing.
Some tea?
thanks.
Or tea?
No, thanks. No.
Something. Anything that you have come to mother's house. Better have something.
Okay, I'll have a
I
cup
think
of
you have
tea,
something
thanks.
good to drink.
I'll have a cup of tea, thank you. Thanks.
You need something else?
Yes, Mother. When I was making it, Mother, my intentions were to make it for you, actually.
Let me see.
I ended up coming in Australia.
You won the first prize out of all the Australian apprentices
Really?
in jewellery making.
त्याचं लग्न झालं ह्या वर्षामध्ये
Today?
संगमनेरची मुलगी आहे चव्हाण म्हणून काय त्याचं नाव
Also? Somali's the combination is tremendous. But the central one is not the real stone.
Yes, Mother.
Is real?
Really, Mother.
All of them are real stones.
Diamonds?
This emerald is real.
Yeah, the emerald.
Very delicate, I must say. It's a very delicate thing you have done, really.
Yes, your designs are very delicate
The
and
combinations. you
and
see.
they have a rhythm.
Just have a donor. It's very delicate.
So I offered to support me in it, and once I won the piece, I would, after I made it.
What is the material around
It's
the
marble, it's the, you know where the
आणि
pearls
अर्चनाचं
sit
वंशज अर्चनाचं वंश
inside layer
शिवर
of the shell.
फॅक्टरीची
Sometimes it's shaped like that, so I just
Archana.
came up with the
How was
creation
she
of sitting it.
Photo पाहिला? Photo पाहिला का तुम्ही? नंतर बघ.
Congratulations.
हो?
आणि दुसरा दोघं जण आमच्या तिकडून राहतात
संगमनेरची.
ती संगमनेरची हो
हा. बरोबर.
Yeah. Are you going to interview? Yes. Can I stay? Can I hear? Yes.
I have some questions that are typed for
Do you have cottage?
yes.
Really?
Yes, very big problem in Australia and in Melbourne.
We're spending quite a lot of money trying to research it, Sri Mother.
They won't believe me if I tell them the truth.
That's why I hoped, Mother, if we could find a way of explaining.
Yes, of course, we can, but will they listen to me? I don't know if they'll listen to me.
Once it's in the air, it must help.
All right. The first question is, why was Melbourne chosen for the initial spiritual education experiment? It was not chosen, it was Sahaj, you see.
I don't know that the readers of the Herald will understand that.
See, in the sense that we had a building and we had students, we had teachers. So naturally the whole thing worked out. Moreover, I think Melbourne has a temperate climate, in the sense that people are not extremist also here. There are many people who do not drink and go to extremes. And I mean, good parents. They are temperate because of their children, see. So that was also a good thing. They were good parents, yeah. Yes, it has been tried elsewhere. We have one in Dharamshala, which is at the foothill of Himalayas. That's one school. One in Delhi. One in Rome. One now in Milan. Now another we are starting near Bombay, Vashi, and Vaitarna ultimately. Why did you choose again Russia and why have they accepted? So they did it. Again, I never chose it, as far as I know. It so happened that it's just a chance. one of the Sahajogis, Yogi Mahajan, he met an ambassador, Russian ambassador, in Delhi, who asked him, how are you so peaceful and relaxed and all that? Who is your guru, sort of thing? And he said about SahajaYoga, because they were surprised. He was in a party and everybody was getting drunk and saying all kinds of things. So they were surprised at him, the way he was looking at everyone and the way he was absolutely so dignified. Then they asked the question, you see, and he said that such a such thing. Then he said, can't you come to India, to Russia? And there was one minister that time there, who also was interested. And they both got realization.
A Russian minister,
the minister, yes, he got realization. He was amazed that how could Yogi, another, just a disciple, SahajaYoga, could give realization. So he told him, can we get Sri Mataji here to Russia? That's all. And we arranged the timing. I was there. And we had some Russians in London. Magdon, you know. He actually is he is an Australian, but he's Russian and also he's a doctor. So we sent him first. A few people went there. And they worked it out. And I was surprised that they were as if they were waiting for me. You know, there were 2,000 people on the first program we went to, outside, and 2,000 inside. And they said, no, we cannot go inside because there's no room. My lecture lasted for about 1.5 hours or so. And then realization of that, I came out. And I find they were all sitting there still waiting for me. They said, now what about us? So I said, all right, you come here and we'll have the program outside. Next day in the morning, the 2,000 outside ones and the 2,000 inside ones, all of them there. And then the second question is that
Did the Russian government become interested in SahajaYoga teachings and applying it to their education system from there?
Yeah, they did. You see, to begin with, we have got 3 doctors who have got MD in Delhi. They are very open-minded people as far as the scientific side is concerned. And they were surprised at the papers we produced. And also we have so many people cured in SahajaYoga. But when they saw all these things, you see, they just said, we must have it here on the medical terms. And the doctor, who was the head of the health ministry, invited us to his office. And he said that I'll give you an independent charge and do what you like. But this is the easiest because you don't have to pay for anything. You get cured. I mean, this is something they could not understand. So he gave us an independent charge on the medical side. Then I think somebody visited the school in Delhi, perhaps. I don't know what happened. But they wanted very much the school on the side. Because they are having the same problems as you have with their children. They have drug problem. There are parents who are separated. And children are becoming quite violent. All the same problems as you have. So they wanted to change the lives of the children. And they asked us if we could take over one school. They are willing to give us a big building, students, everything, and free passage to the teachers, and also payment to them, and to me also. I said, I don't need, I have money, I can. No, we would like to pay for you. So the whole thing is so spontaneous, as if they have found something very great they know. And that's what they wanted to implement.
Can you explain the nature of what is so different about SahajaYoga education than normal education?
Other schools.
Yes.
You see, in other schools, they just give mental studies to children, only mental. But they don't teach them to respect themselves and to respect others. Minimum of minimum they should have taught. That is not there. They don't even respect the teachers. Also, the teachers may not be of that quality to command that respect. Possibly, I don't know what is the situation. Now, in SahajaYoga, when the children come in, first of all, they are all given realization. Their parents are given realization. As a result, there's a transformation. And children become extremely obedient, respectful, sensible, tolerant, and they're so beautiful. And as you know, there are many children these days born are realized youths. So they also have a place to go to. Even Russia has so many children.
Could you explain what realized souls, born realized souls?
Realized soul children are those who are in connection with all-pervading power.
How does this make them different?
Because that transforms them completely. They become righteous and they become so powerful. They are not afraid of anything. At the same time, they become compassionate because these are the powers of this all-pervading power.
Is there a way of helping people understand how these children are being born now and what their purpose is?
I mean, many people don't know these children. You see, they're born to them. They don't understand them, why children behave like this, why they react like this, why this is like, if you see to the Freudian theories are all absurd, that if a child puts a finger in the mouth, he says it's sex. It's not. He's trying to show that this is the center is catching in you or in him. They don't understand how to depict it. So everything goes to sex, you see. It's not true. So they are brought up in the right perspective with love, affection and respect. In all these schools, we respect the children and teach them that you are now yogis. You have your own dignity and you have to behave like a yogi. You can't behave like ordinary stray dogs. And then they understand the difference. You shouldn't go on barking at people. They understand that we are human beings, we are not dogs. So the way we teach them also, the whole system is such a system that they develop their own dignity, serenity, their deeper personality. And they mature very fast. Mature. They're very mature people.
How would ordinary parents out there discover if their children are these born realized children?
From everything. First of all, they don't tell lies. They don't steal things. They're very satisfied, contented. But they stand against injustice. I'll give an example of my own granddaughter. They went down to Ladakh. My son-in-law, he's written this book about Himalayas. So they went to Ladakh. And there was one lama sitting on a mount and talking something, wearing some sort of a big choga, as we call them. And everybody was bowing. This girl couldn't bear it, you see. But still she was watching. She was hardly 5 years. And then she saw her parents, because out of everybody's touching his feet, so they also went and bowed. Then she couldn't bear it. You see, she went and stood before him like this with her hands. He said, "Hey, you, the one who is wearing such a long dress, you are not a realized soul. Why are you making everybody touch your feet?" And these two parents were so embarrassed. Also once we had a meeting they invited me as a chief guest for this Raman Maharshi, who was a real Ashram. And all his disciples are hopelessly bad, but they had invited somebody from Ramakrishna Ashram who was wearing the same sort of a dress and sitting next to me. So the another granddaughter they were all sitting in the front line. So many Sahajogis had come. So she suddenly got up, she said, "Oh grandmother, please ask this man with the maxi to get out. He is emitting so much of heat, we can't bear it." And he's supposed to bring Vivekananda there, sitting there. His name was Akhandanand. Later on he got a cancer and died also. So that's how they behave. Their behavior is something very unique. And they have great affection and compassion, right attitude. But people find them absurd because if there are girls and boys, they don't like to have dates and things like that. They don't indulge into sex before marriages, and they don't have. They're very innocent.
How can parents nurture these children and look after them and protect them?
Parents must get the realization to understand these children, you see. Actually, these children have ventured to be born to people like that. It's rather dangerous. Mostly they are born to people who are Sahajogis. All Sahajogis get children like that. All Sahajogis.
Will there be another school in Melbourne for these children?
Oh, we should try, I've been telling you. We should try to have one more, would be a good idea. School is very important. These children, I look at them. The society is so bad. They were telling me children under 12 also take drugs here, you see. It's such a challenging society. And these children will be lost. If you have a proper school, it will help everyone.
What do you see as the future in Russia now? Will they settle down to a different form of government?
Of course they will. See, there are two types of people in Russia, I found out. There are people who are taxi drivers and ordinary labor class and all that kind of people. And there are very well educated people also. Very well educated, intelligent people, very well read, professionals, doctors, very enlightened people as far as education is concerned. So these drivers and all that, they hanker after, and if you go there, they'll ask for an American cigarette or things like that. Their level is different, but most of these people, they just want their spirit. Now these Muslim, what's they are called as? What's they called as? Azerbaijan. They were, when I had gone to Russia there also, they were really rolling in complete wealth. They had big beds that we call takatsa, as big as this. And under the grape wines, you see, wines. And they would take out the grapes and eat like, you see, once upon a time, the Greeks would do, same style, you see, lordly. And we'll have hookahs and all that to smoke. While on the other side, the Afghanis, poor things, are poor people. And there were very rich people there, I saw, in a sense that food and wines and drinks and everything, clothes. Russians have very good clothes also. Very cheap. You won't believe how cheap the clothes are. Everything's so very cheap there, so very cheap. Traveling is 5p for miles together. Beautiful trains and all. Now the problem came in when Gorbachev came, that the bureaucrats didn't want democracy because they'll be losing the power. So they created this problem, artificial power. This is just an artificial problem. They have lots of food, they have everything. But what Gorbachev has found out, that unless and until you have incentives, people don't want to produce food. And in Russia, everybody gets a house. Everybody. As soon as you get married, you get a flat. And they have no idea. They think that in the West, it's all paved with gold. They think like that, which is not. So their life was not such a struggling one. But he felt that after some time, the incentive to work would go away, and was a little bit diminishing also. They couldn't produce sufficient food and things like that. Their interest changed. So he thought it's best is to bring democracy, by which people will feel that this is their own land and they should work it out and they should have incentives.
Australia is in the middle of a federal election campaign. Do you feel that there are any enlightened politicians among our lot?
I think New Zealand had one. There's no more now. I don't know where is he gone.
He's retired.
Well, he's still in the government there, Mother, but he's taken another post other than Prime Minister.
He's taken another?
He's Minister, I think he's Attorney General or something like that, rather than Prime Minister, Mother.
They must have tortured his life. He's alone. You see, for that you have to have many people. I don't know. Just pray you get somebody like that.
I work for two politicians as well. I work for a state politician and a federal one, so they're nice people. I hope that
better give them realization.
I've spoken to them about you, but they're still a little bit standoffish. Could we talk about the matter of ordination of women is
absurd. Absolutely absurd. You see, I asked my father why at least Martin Luther should have brought forth the role of Christ's mother. Why didn't he do that? And he said perhaps this was expediency on his part, because he thought that time they were Muslims and Muslims would not accept a woman to be something like that. So just to please the Muslims, he must have done it. I said this is the biggest mistake, because women are the Shaktis, they are the power, they are the potential power. And to say they cannot have ordination, is absurd, absolutely. Actually, all this is the work of the primordial mother, of Athena. Also to say there is Holy Ghost like a dove is another misleading point. You have Father, alright? You have the Son as God. What about the Mother?
Yeah.
Logically, that's the Mother we say, which we call as the Holy Ghost is the Mother. And Christ has said, I will sending you the Holy Ghost. How can he send the Holy Ghost? Is he going to send a dove from there or what? It's more with the Catholics or with the Protestants also?
It's the Anglican Church, Sri Mother. It's split them in half, the issue of women.
Anglican are from where? From England?
Yes, yes. And it's very big religion in Melbourne, very strong.
In fact, today, Sri Mother, they're electing a new Archbishop today.
Yoga. But they are funny people, I must say.
The last Archbishop was in favour of ordination, and he had a heart attack and died recently.
They have gone too far in England. There was this Bishop of York, and this Bishop of York is a person who started talking about Christ as a human being. It's all Pauline Christianity, which is being challenged everywhere. Even I read a book that Christ was in India. There also he talks about Pauline Christianity. It's all Pauline Christianity. And Paul, I don't know why he didn't want any woman to be there. He himself was epileptic. He died of epilepsy. according to us, he was just a supraconscious stuff, organizing the religion. And when this York fellow said all kinds of nonsensical things about Christ, you see, this Archbishop of Canterbury honored him in that church. And after that, that church was burnt by, you know that. And that too in such a way, they said, that the electrical charge of this lightning was looming around, people could see it. That church burnt most of it. So they say that, see the grace of God, that the lower part was not burnt. And this Bishop of Canterbury was very much somehow impressed by SahajaYoga once upon a time, I would say. And also he sent his advisor to my program. I didn't know he was sitting there. That day I don't know why I lashed out at Paul, how he has ruined Christianity, how he came back as Augustine and all that. I said all kinds of things. And the fellow was so upset. He went out and people asked, how are you? He said, I'm appalled. Because I said against Paul, he said, I'm appalled. I said, this is no Christianity. Another person who's talked against him is Khalilji Paul. He said, I can't understand this strange man. But despite all that, this Christianity can only have some sort of a social organization, a club, that's all. It is not bothered about spiritual life at all. It doesn't stop anybody from doing anything wrong. Just by saying you are Christians, you don't become. You have to be actually baptized. Actualization of the baptized. Baptism is through your fontanel bone. You must get the Holy Ghost coming out. And the early Christians were called as Gnostics. Those who knew about it, they didn't have these problems. And Thomas in his treatise didn't write about it. When is it written there should be no ordination? Who has written this in the Bible? Forget Paul part. Even I don't think Paul has written that.
There are a lot of organisations now calling themselves born-again Christians, and they put the hand on people's forehead and they collapse backwards and then become very strange.
Must be, Christ must be doing that to them.
They just pass out on the floor, and then when they wake up they speak in strange tongues.
You see, if you do not go to reality, to your super consciousness, either you will go to the collective subconscious or to the collective supraconscious. If you go to the collective subconscious, you become like that, you get possessed. They are all possessed. Or you go to the collective supraconscious in which you see light, this, that. You don't become the light. You just see the light.
Would you mind speaking about cot deaths?
About
The cot death syndrome. Cot deaths. The last question.
God deaths. Will they believe me if I tell them?
I don't know, Mother. I'd just love to try because...
You see, there are so many mediums in your country who are calling spirits and this planchette and what you call them also.
Ouija boards.
Huh?
Ouija boards.
They are more than your insects, I think, in number. Because the first few who came to me in SahajaYoga, all were infected by that. Now, when you start calling the spirits and all that, where the children are sleeping. Actually, the culture is funny, that the children should sleep outside and the dogs must sleep inside the bedrooms. And we can't believe it. Can you believe in China such a thing? They put the little sweet little children outside the bed and the dogs are inside the bed.
Children in China, don't they eat dogs?
Chinese what?
Eat dogs.
Eat dogs. That's better than to keep them in the bedroom. Alright. So, what happens? The child is outside, is fast asleep. And he sleeps from his subconscious area. These people can, when they are using those dead spirits and everything, they may just possess. It's a long story actually, to tell you the truth. It's the soul. The soul is on our back. And these, you have seen after realization, you can see them, little loops like that. You have seen many times. Also you have seen Chaitanya, you have seen the power also that way. Now I have told you that these are the dead souls. And these are the dead souls because our soul, which is on our back, goes into 7 loops and is reflected on our cells. There's a reflector on our cell which is called as receptor. And all remote control in the body is done by that soul. All remote controls like ductless glands and things like that, the reflex actions and everything done by the soul. And soul is the causal of all the elements, and it looks after the protection of the spinal cord and the brain and of the human being from evil spirits and things like that. Now when these people die who have got dissatisfied minds and who are cruel, who are ambitious, who are sly, they hang around. And when their soul jumps on our soul, they start controlling. Now it depends on what center they are controlling. Now the proof has come out also scientifically. They have seen on the receptor of a cell the 7 loops, and they can't explain. Exactly the same that you see. If you see the picture of that, Dr. Mishra has brought it out. Exactly the same. So when the children are sleeping in the night, you see, these souls capture them and take away their souls with them. Because after all, they're very small children. And the child is dead. They are let loose by these mediums. But the children should sleep with parents. Then they are protected.
There's one more question I'd like to ask. You once said that people who had poliomyelitis, they were seekers and it was an attack on the seekers.
Yeah.
Well, now there's...
Polio, I would say.
Yes. People who had polio are now having a new problem. When the virus had gone away originally, the anterior horn cells on the spinal cord regrew, but the regrowth only lasted for about 30 years, and now it's dying away or something is happening to it, and people who had polio are getting strange fatigues, not able to recover quickly from operations, having muscle cramps and pains, and it's affecting about 50% of people who'd had polio. That is, in America it would be about 300,000 people, and in Australia quite a lot also, several thousand. And
Same thing. Same the mediums, you see.
Is it?
In America there's an openly, it's freedom, no? You can have witchcraft. All kinds of false gurus are there. Here too.
There are 3 Sahajyogis in Melbourne alone who have had polio and are suffering these symptoms.
Oh, that we can correct. That we can correct. We correct. That's no problem. That's only Muladhara will have to work it out. You see, the hit on the Muladhara. That can be correct. No problem. That can be correct. With the Sahajyogis we can, but not non-Sahajyogis. Day before yesterday we cured a 8 patient, husband and wife. Cured them. But I told them you have to have willpower now. Because I have cured before also, you remember that?
Yes.
But they go back to the same bad habits. Now they are married, so there's not such a problem. But I said you have to, and he was a policeman to begin with, this fellow. I said if you can just have your willpower, we'll get you perfectly alright. The faces were changed, and it was so beautiful. So AIDS is curable. With one candle, both of them.
So is there something specific that we can do for this polio?
Yeah, we can work it out.
Because it's affecting me. And
To say that the virus is gone is wrong. The virus is still there. We have to take out the virus, that's all. It's not difficult.
It's affecting Peter Batten and Dorothy Brown, who's a new Sahajayogi in Hillsville, and myself.
They were not Sahajyogis before.
Before they had polio. It's come on since while they've been Sahajyogis too, for me.
No, they got polio before or
Oh,
after?
as children.
As children they got it.
Now it's affecting people in their late and middle age. So 30 years after the disease is...
Polio get cured also in SahajaYoga. Not after a certain age, but children and all that, they get cured of polio. We'll see that. We'll see. There are so many other new diseases which I described before, like Yepes disease, you see, is another one. And it has come now. I told them about 3-4 years back. I told them about AIDS. And now I told them about Yepes disease, it has come. Where the people are overactive is that now the conscious mind doesn't work. Anything you want to do consciously you cannot do. Unconsciously you can do it. It's a very serious disease. When if you want to get up, say, from your chair, you cannot. But unconsciously you can get up. It's a very common disease. Then overactivity of the children, speediness of the children, so many things that are coming. That I told them, they won't listen to me, especially in France. Because of Sartre, was another fellow who talked about willpower, that you must have, your will is everything and sex is nothing. I mean, sex is there, but emotions is nothing. So it put people on the right side. As a result, now this EP business has started. They have to be in balance. All right?
Yes, thank you.
Can I ask you one question,
Yeah.
Mother? What do you think of the equality, talking about balance, what do you think of the equality of two sexes?
Quality?
Between men and women? What are your views on
You
that
see,
subject?
man and women are like two wheels of a chariot. One is on the left, another is on the right. So one has to be emotional, another has to be more mental. One has to be emotional because they are left-sided women, and the men have to be mental. It's important. You have to have two wheels, and you can't fix left to the right and right to the left. So they are as they are. It's perfect. They are equal, but not similar.
And what do you think of all these movements towards equality?
You see, women should understand that they are complementary to men. And they should know how to handle men. It's a trick.
how can they be equal when they are complementary to me? For my understanding, it means that it's something that helps, supports, but you're not on the same standard.
No, in nature they are different, but they are equal. Women are spiritually more evolved, much more evolved spiritually than men. Because they are the preservers of the society. They create the society. Men are more towards economics and politics. The theories go on changing one after another. You see, politics changes its own theories, then economics changes its own theories, and they go on producing theories after theories, and then they again come back. It's all mental. See, the mental projections are there. So the mental projection goes in a linear way, again collapses. Like they'll produce science, out of science they'll produce something so destructive. They start on constructive lines, like hydrogen bomb. See, it's like that. But women are preservers. They must know their quality. They are the ones who preserve. Or they are chosen to be the mothers. I mean, they think to be mother, they think is a very low thing, because I don't know how this idea has come to, but to be the mother is the greatest thing, I think. I'm a mother now. Only because I'm a mother, they all respect me. And only a mother can do this kind of work also. Supposing in my place there was anybody else, any man, take Krishna, Rama, Christ, anyone. Christ would have got himself crucified, finished with everyone else. Fed up. Then Krishna would have taken the Sudarshan Chakra, would have killed everyone. Rama would have taken his arrow, killed everyone. You have to have patience, you have to have love, you have to look after them. And I'm the only one I've seen among all of them who has lived so long. Because I have to finish the job. See, they're not bothered.
But you are not old.
Huh?
You are not old.
You're not?
You are not old. Yes.
Old inside. But as if you see, I was born in 1923, the birth certificate is there. Now what's your age? Now let's see. What's your age?
What do you think?
Huh?
I'm 49.
49. My daughter is 42. May God bless. So women should not think they are low by any chance, even if men should just laugh at it. You see, Indian women are very clever. First of all, they know how to cook very well and what their husbands like. So husband is back at home. He has to eat the food cooked by his wife. He can't stand anything else. Then they know why he gets angry. What are his weak points, on what he gets angry. She doesn't say anything about it, she just keeps quiet on that point. And when he is in a sweet mood, then she will tell him that this should be done. But the woman has to be wise. If she is wise, she can handle it.
And where does she get the wisdom from?
Why wisdom? Because they are women. They should not try to copy men, then they are wise. But once they start copying men, then they get lost. Otherwise they are born wise. Their wisdom has to be with them because they have to produce children, look after them, they have to create a family, they have to look after the whole society. It's a very responsible job. But here I find most of the men are looking after the children and the women are going out for work. What saved the children?
Don't you think that men can look after children as well as women?
No, they can't. Like mother, they can. They haven't got tolerance. They can't. You have to have that tolerance, which only mother has. From the very beginning, you see, when she conceives, the child grows, she's worried. She doesn't bother about her own comfort. When the child is born, till the child is born, she gets terrible pain, she takes all the labor pains. As soon as the child is born, she forgets him. She doesn't blame the child for that. Oh, never. Never a mother has blamed the child for the labor pain she has gone through. But men, if they have to exert anything for the boys, you see, or girls, they get fed up. But nowadays women are becoming more like men, so you can't say it's such a mixture. They are becoming unisex. It's impossible to find out a woman. Sometimes we're so emotionally attached to the children and looking after them. So sometimes the men might be more emotional, but that doesn't mean that it's a fact of life. Fact of life is that women are endowed with this wisdom of love. They are endowed. They shouldn't lose it. How many children you have?
3.
That's good. And you are doing your work also. You are doing everything. And you have children too. Imagine without children what this world would be. They are like flowers. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You had your tea or not?
Yes, I had my tea. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Through Mother, before you go, may I thank you. During those interviews, I was going to ask you later about a radio program I'm doing for the ABC about science and religion coming together. And in the middle of your answers, you spontaneously answered one of the major questions that I had to ask. So,
No, also I'll tell you about this. I told them, the scientist, about the carbon atom. For the we have got Dr. Warlikar and Dr. Misra and Dr. Johan. All these are scientists. They said, Mother, how do you say that Muladhara is made of carbon? I said, all right, you take a carbon atom and make a photograph of that and make a model. Now see that from right to left. What do you see? You see as first thing. They made a model. Then you make a model and see, same thing you see the other way down. From left to right. And they see Om Tara. And from down below, you see a cross. It's proved.
it's a marvelous piece, through Mother.
I mean, science is what you see, and religion is which indicates what you have to see further. But religion should be real, not this kind of religion, so-called. There's no conflict of any kind. We have proved parasympathetic nervous system. Everything we have proved now. How medically we have cured people if there was no combination between the two.
Thank you for those, through Mother. It's marvelous.
I hope you are satisfied.
Very thinking of it.
But as far as this question of court deaths, I don't know. Believe me. You must get rid of all these mediums. You have so many in Australia. Compared to your population, there are too many, I think. And this Torat and all that they have, and what is, no, they have some sort of a, what's that Jew stuff is called as?
Jew.
There's something Jewish they use for telling
Tarot
future.
cards.
Huh?
Tarot cards? Tarot.
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 Yeah.
Tarot. And then these Pentecostals, they are the same. Charismatics are the same. And also these twice born people. Any fainting means that. Rajneesh's people before me, they just faint, become like stones.
I've also been working at eucalypts, Srimataji, trying to get people to plant something else. Is that good advice?
Something else what?
Other than eucalypt trees to regenerate our soils.
For the eucalyptus is alright if there is water. Sufficient water if it rains more. But otherwise drains out the water, sucks in the water.
Can they help to make Australia more fertile again, or are other trees better?
See, what I find that too many insects here, and that may be because you are so artificially treating everything here. See, like in India, if you have worms in the garden, we don't mind, because the parrots come and eat the worms. And they don't eat your fruits. They're non-vegetarian people, you see. But when there's nothing, they eat that. And I'm surprised you have white ant problem, while we don't have anything in India now. How they have solved it? There is another kind of a centipede which eats those white ants. But by removing all these things, you see, there's no balance. In the nature there's a balance, one eats the other. It doesn't require too much of insecticides. But they won't have those here, I think. They're extremely, extremely particular about not getting any worms and things, but there are maximum here, I think. All kinds of viruses, this, that. You cannot plant any tree because there are viruses, or even if you have some wood, they are eaten up by white ants and this and that. I can't understand.
And one of our major rivers is so poisonous that they can't even let animals drink in it or wash in it or put it on the crops anymore.
Waters.
The river, yes.
Pollution.
Yes.
It's all due to imbalance.
In Adelaide at the moment, Sri Mother, they have banned the whole eastern half of Adelaide from using the water from the River Murray. Nobody's allowed to use it. It's actually got an algae bloom in it and it's poisoning stock and people. They're not even allowing them to bathe in it.
Also, I think because of all left-sided people here, like these mediums and all that, all these must be prospering so. When in a country like India, we don't have all these problems.
There's so many more people.
I think they are good people, they are religious. They don't indulge into all these nonsensical habits, perhaps. We have never heard of an allergy coming like that or anything. Why do they grow here so much?
The scientists are claiming, Mother, that it's the leaking of the fertilizers into the waters are doing it. But it seems also to be to do with heat, that on the days when it gets hot, it doubles at 100% per day.
We too have, you see, heat, much worse. But I personally think also you used all these seashores and the river banks for your resorts. And you insulted the rivers, if you see, basically. That's why you see this new civilization of tourism, you see, tourist. You have insulted the sea, you have insulted the rivers. You do all kinds of dirty things there. That might be the reason.
The river that Ian's referring to has speedboat racing, water skiing, paddle steamers, everything like this tourist
things. But if you put vibrated water, the algae will die immediately. it will die, it will go away. In America, in New Jersey, I was there. The first night, there were those locusts, kind of locusts, which arrived. They are making noises, tick, 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 all the time. From next day, they disappeared and they have never appeared since then. We too have mosquitoes, but not to such an extent. I mean, a city like Melbourne should not have any mosquito whatsoever. I don't know, because these insecticides also must be dangerous things.
The scientists are finding huge build-up of these insecticides in human beings, remember. They've been testing many women recently and finding people have got accumulated deposits of these insecticides from the food that have been carried through from the food.
Terrible.
But they think that's what's helping to make the children so hyperactive.
Yeah, must be. No, also this hybrid food, hybrid animals. You see, your hybrid animals, I must tell you the story about it. Your hybrid animals are there in Rahuri, and cows from here famous. And I went to see them. You see, because Chavan is in the animal husbandry, I went to see. And our Indian cows just came, you see, very sweetly, stood there, put my hands on them, there are tears in their eyes, very sweet. And suddenly, I don't know what happened to the Australian cows. They all became violent and came running and started breaking these, breaking that. I said, all the boots must be there the way they are behaving. I just got out of it. But they have now studied and they say that if you have even the chickens from hens and the cocks from Australia or from anywhere, hybrid ones, they're very funny according to us. Because an Indian hen, as soon as she sees any vulture in the sky, immediately she'll say, cuckoo, cuckoo, get all of them under her thing. But these do not do anything, they just stand like that. The chicks are taken away, they don't mind. And if you have an Australian bull, see, he doesn't know how to go on a street. He just goes towards any vehicle, anything coming around. He has no sense to cross the road. So it's a big problem. They don't allow them to go out, even the Australian cows, because they are hybrid. With SahajaYoga, we produce food out of the seeds which are not hybrid. You know, in my field, I sowed about 60 kilos of rice, vibrated, ordinary, not hybrid, of basmati rice in 1 acre of land, and we got 1,400 acres. Such beautiful thin ones. Even the university people were surprised that how did you get it? And the sunflower so big as that, you won't believe you could not lift it.
Srimada, with Professor Chavan, could we write to him and get some information about the results of some of these experiments that he's been doing?
Yeah, we can. There is one Dr. Hamid who has done experiments with pigs. There's doctor from Austria. Then there's Dr. what's his name is Sangvi, who has done with wheat. And Chavan has done with animals, so we can get all that. At least here people will see to it. Indians don't want to see that.
We have contacted Dr. Hamid about his tree programs and he's given us a lot of information.
But you know, he had no way to vibrate the water because the water was passing through the tap, you see. It could only go through the pipes. So what he did is one of the junctions he opened out and put the ring that you wear and managed the whole show. And non-hybrid seed grow better than hybrid. He's shown it, he's wonderful. He could be invited here. by some university. And he could give lectures. It will be good for you, I tell you, from every angle. And with vibrations, all these things disappear, all these insects, everything. We have no problems in Pratishthan at all of anything. We don't use insecticide, nothing. Little bit they did put something very ordinary. I think they put the tobacco water. Soaking tobacco in the water and put that little bit. That's all I know. Vibrated water solves the problem. What they were telling that they wanted to sprout some seeds and it was to be, they said it will sprout after 6 days, sprouted and the lid also came out. In 2 days. They can believe into it, they can see for themselves. I'm going to see somebody, the principal, the vice chancellor of Rahuri University, who wants to do experiments with it. Our garden was nothing, 1 year back, and this time you come and see the whole thing is so full. All right, now you had all kinds of angles. Your father really is a remarkable man, I must say, such a remarkable person. He first went there, took all the measurements, then he did this, he brought it with him, fixed them up, and nobody knew how he was living in Pratishthan. I didn't know he was comfortable because I was coming, going, I was not there. He never complained, nothing. So sweetly did everything. I said, I must pay for it after all, it's such a thing you have done. He wouldn't accept anything. Amazing. I worked like a young man, I tell you, everybody's surprised.
He's sick, Mother, he has hepatitis. He's got...
No, I'll put it right, call him here. Must be in India, did he get this?
Yes, I think
Must
so.
Have been.
Yeah.
Very simple. You ask him to boil some radish leaves and just drink that water with some sugar. I'll give you the vibrated sugar. Only drink that water, it will go away. Yes, they get it in India. You see, I told them not to drink water here and there, but they do drink. He'll be all right, but you just tell him. Radish leaves.
Moli pani.
Simple thing like radish leaves. And vibrated sugar after. To be mixed with it. What about the Chinatown here?
The people, Simata.
People and everything.
Like Chinese overseas, Mother.
Better go there and see, have a look.
Yes, Mother.
Maybe they might get vibrations. Do they have some ivory here?
Yes, I think they still do.
But they are expensive compared to Hong Kong, would be.
Should be.
Should be more. But we can have a look.
Yes.
You see, because now I told them not to give me any silver, nothing, I will not take, and just I put down my foot. Nothing. So now they want to have some ivory. Then I'll bring them down to stone.
Back to work.
I had stopped for silver because silver is very expensive now in India. So Guido went down with me to Turkey. And the silver there is so cheap, so very cheap. I don't know how he planned it. He bought all that silver this time. He must have seen it. It's his own doing. Without my knowledge. He bought all that. He said, this is the last time, Mother. But it's cheaper than brass. I said, you always get some things like that. Such beautiful birds you have, eh? Yeah. Very beautiful.
Their names are Leela and Lakshmi.
Huh? They should be realized. Give them some Give them some vibrated water.
त्यांचं नाव लैला मजनू ठेवलंय.
Huh? Laila
लैला
Majnun.
मजनू.
कोणी ठेवला?
तर म्हणाला म्हणजे त्यांचं नाव काय आहे तर त्यांनी इंग्लिश मध्ये सांगितलं तर मला कळलं नाही तर म्हटलं why don't you keep the name लैला मजनू.
Couple, a romantic couple.
Very romantic.
But they are of the same kind, different types. They are.
Budgie.
Huh?
In America they call them lovebird,
These two.
but in Australia we call it budgerigar. It's a native of Australia.
But they have different things.
Different
Is
colours.
it that the female is different and the male is different?
They just have a variety of colours. You can get green, yellow, and there are many hybrids as well.
Hybrid.
Purple.
Then they cannot reproduce. Yeah. You should bring them to India, I think. We'll arrange it.
The man here, all that chirping in the background is the man at the back. He has 1,000 or something of these birds.
This kind.
Yeah. They're very sweet birds.
Very
They have
sweet,
lovely
yeah.
nature.
Because they can stand the heat all right.
Oh yes. And if you have one at a time, you can teach them to speak
Yeah.
like a cock.
When you come next time, you better bring them.
It's nice.
Because this place is so expensive. I mean, I'm really amazed at the prices you have to pay for something so nonsensical. Silk, cotton, so expensive, I don't know. The most expensive place is Australia. Do you know that?
Only too well aware of it, True Mother.
Ah,
And housing is very expensive.
everything. Even England is cheaper, much cheaper. But it has gone up suddenly within this. You had some nice things here before. When you come to India, why don't you buy things for yourself, bring them here, instead of buying them here? Very expensive. How can you save any money with this kind of thing? Food is all right. Hello?
Will you excuse
All
me?
right.
I have to go back to
May
the
God bless you.
office.
Thank you very
I
much.
feel envious of you.
I didn't get your name.
With Mala.
I didn't get your name.
Vivian.
Vivian. What's the
Very
surname?
nice to meet you. Thank you.
Vivian, what's the surname?
Morris.
Morris.
Yes.
Very easy to remember. Otherwise, they are quite difficult names.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May God bless you.
Thank
Now enjoy.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, please.
Brian, thank you.
I'll bring the photos tomorrow night.
Thanks
for you.
very much.
Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Please help her. Nice place. Bricks are nice. In Athens, we had some very good journalists. One came during the program time, little girl. She didn't understand much and she wrote that she came in a Mercedes, this, that, in her things. Next day I said that Mercedes is my own, which I have given as a present to the ashram, and everybody clapped. So what do you do here?
True Mother, for last few months I've been wondering what I should do. And
So
What
what
I-
is
what-
your special thing?
True Mother, when I first came out university here some years ago, and I was qualified as an accountant. Then I went back to Malaysia and went into timber business, making and exporting timber products from Malaysia. And when it was time to go, so brother went back to UK and I came over to here. So I'm called supposedly business manager, general manager type. So because of the events, I wasn't sure whether I should have gone to Taiwan in time. So I've been asking around looking for jobs, and they all say the same thing, that either I try and go back to be an accountant, that means I go back to university for a few units only, or I stay job hunting for what I'm qualified for. But what I'm qualified for business manager, either I get a very high paying job, or or nobody will hire me.
But why don't you do yourself the business yourself? Like if you go Japan, for example, you see, is need of wood so much. India is so much needed, and the timber is so much available here. Is it expensive here, timber?
Timber in Australia is not all that expensive, Sumatra. It's more expensive than timbers from the islands and from Asia. But the prices of those timbers have been going up very quickly as well in the meantime, so it's not quite as expensive anymore.
See, Mother, I still have contacts in the timber industry here in Australia. Or Australia, my ex-customers who are my friends. So, if you think
you are supplying them timber from
last time I was supplying them
to Australia.
Yes, like other places from to Australia, to Japan, to America. And this time, when I was about to follow your instruction to go to Taiwan, I have this friend here who works for a big timber company here. He said that I didn't tell him the truth. I just told him I'm going to Taiwan for business, look-see. And he said he didn't mind, he wouldn't mind appointing me an agent if I can get any sales. It's for Australian, New Zealand timber to go to Taiwan. So
I think Taiwan won't take timber. Do you think so?
I don't know. That's why I don't.
You have to survey it.
Yeah.
But see, Taiwan itself is exporting so many things now.
Yes, too much.
You see, especially those computer chips.
Yes, too much.
Do you make here computer chips?
Very few, Sri Mother.
I can make the connection. You know, Sima, that our yogi in South Africa, what's his name? He imports from Taiwan, and
Yeah.
in
Peter Pierce.
Yeah, I think it's
Yes,
and
yeah.
Ganapati Pule, he was saying that when he heard that you were going to tour and that I was going there, he said, I can do that also.
He's from TM and all kinds of things. Last time,
I understand.
I wouldn't say that he's such a good surgeon. He has had so much negativities there.
Yes.
But he's in the business, and he was saying in Taiwan you get them very cheap, those chips and things like that. But still, I mean, they are exporting so many things now in Taiwan. I don't know what they will go import, but clothes, so many clothes, they make very cheap clothes
That's
in
right.
Taiwan. And they make so many machineries in Taiwan, all kinds of things like all these electrical things they make. And suddenly Taiwan has become a very industrial place. When I went there, nothing of the kind, they just used to make some ceramics. But now it's so much changed.
I was told by a travel agent here with Chinese I got a ticket from before I cancel that he says it's much more expensive than here to live in now.
I know. It's become very industrially developed.
Yeah. So I've been using this method because I don't know what else to do. How to get to Taiwan? What's the best way for me to
So
get to
if
Taiwan?
this gentleman is willing to send you as an agent, you can go as an agent and find out
Yes, sure.
if you can export timber from here. But what is the timber here? I mean, what timber you get here?
Well, you see, the high-grade timber, they cannot export to any of the Far East because they all come from America. America is much closer. They're much larger industry, so much cheaper. The Oregon and all those redwoods, the high-class timber.
Redwood,
the red oak, the white oak.
You get that here?
Here, yes, but here they're very expensive and not so much like in Northwest America. So my friend suggested probably for the Far East market, it cannot probably export from Australia, only from New Zealand. But this company controls companies in New Zealand also.
Here you have gyro.
Jara, the kari, those are
Jara.
very heavy hardwood.
It's something very near rosewood.
There is a rosewood, Sri Mother, that grows on the north coast of New South Wales, and I think it's normally called here rose maple, is the name it goes by. And it's a very beautiful timber.
Very expensive.
Yeah, very expensive timber, but a very beautiful timber.
But you should try for something lighter. Like you have got other things. I've seen of pine.
Yes, the pines. The pines are the big industries in pine. Different kinds of, different grades of pines.
So pines would be good for that.
Especially New Zealand pine. The Huon pine, etc.
There are seasoned pines they have here, which is quite cheap, I think.
Yes, the pine is very cheap. Is the cheapest of timbers here in Australia.
And at least it could be used for furniture. Do you use pine? No.
Yes, Sri Mother.
You use pine?
From what I understand, most of the Taiwanese timber supplies are coming from the Philippines, Sri Mother.
Philippines.
The Philippines. There's huge amounts of timber going out.
But you could go and see for yourself.
Yes,
You should
Mother.
say, I will just go for survey.
Okay.
And also then you can find out about Sahajo.
Yes,
If he's
Sri
going to appoint you, you can do
Yes,
double
Sri
job.
Mother. Yes, Sri Mother. That's
Alright,
why I've been
yeah.
asking for the
That's a
question
good
of how to
thing.
get there.
Yeah. But is there an export of timber here?
Very little, Mother. Very little. It's mostly imported timbers. Nearly all of the softwoods, the good softwoods, are nearly all imported into Australia.
But you get sandalwood here. In Perth they get sandalwood pieces. I said you bring them next year. I'll make articles out of that. Very cheap, they said,
It's
sandalwood.
native here.
In Perth.
There is a native sandalwood tree in Australia.
Is there?
Grows here, yes.
They make something out of sandalwood?
I don't know that it's grown commercially.
In India, sandalwood is getting... Sandalwood is another thing one can export from here. Sandalwood oil, sandalwood dust, everything is very fine.
There is another suggestion, if I may make it.
Ah.
I did have a little to do with the timber industry of timber that was being exported from New Guinea. And on certain of the islands in New Guinea, they have a walnut. And that's very rare, and yet it's not terribly expensive to buy out of New Guinea. The most expensive part of it was the shipping of it to Australia, Sri Mother, not the timber itself. And I still have some contacts there that if they're of use to
New Guinea. But why don't you plant here teak? I don't know. You can grow teak here very well. I have told Joe to plant some teak in his land that he has bought. Teak is something very good. I mean, it's not very soft, not very hard.
It's very slow growing though, isn't it, Sri Mother? Is there...
No, it takes about 7 years.
Is it because of not enough rainfall here that they
You don't need
grow
much
it here?
rainfall either.
True tea.
You do, but I mean, something you need. But not all the year round.
I've
Only
seen,
during rainy season.
Yeah,
I've
6
seen,
months.
I've seen experimental plantations near Rabaul in New Guinea of teak. They put some experimental